Alright, so let's go ahead, have a look at
fill out
what these guys are
Bravo 1.
organizing here. This is going to be
Jeffrey,
round one
Olaf,
for
Bay,
tonight.
Go MMG.
Alright, you might want that
Hey Don, how you doing?
well.
How are you all doing,
I'll go
by the
Matt
way?
then.
Barbarian and I, we're going to be shoutcasting this as usual.
Boston, you said we have someone else coming in?
OPFOR is being given a 25% person advantage because OPFOR is going to
60
be
seconds to sort this
the
out. Martin,
attacking team.
fill
OPFOR
out,
also has 2 BTR 80s, BLUFOR has 2
any empty spaces.
Humvees with M2s.
If you
And
don't
let's
see
see.
slot into MMG.
OPFOR's leader is going to be Indigo Fox, one of the veterans of FNF.
Let's do it.
And BLUFOR is going to be led by Sergeant Rust. I haven't seen him lead yet. He's from the 15th MEU. Interesting.
Are you happy with that?
Even a few of those guys
Rust?
are over here.
Yep, looks good.
But he
Alright,
has
Indigo, 60
organized
seconds,
into, let's see,
Check.
2 different squads under Alpha and
gotcha.
Bravo. He also has an MG team
Someone
and
from
a
Delta
fully
1,
crewed
Bruce
MAT
Goosey,
team,
Night Owl,
probably to
Wiki,
deal with those
someone go down to
BTR-80s.
Delta
Very
4
good
so
call
you can
there.
fill out that MAT team.
Meanwhile, Indigo looks like he
Alright.
has a fully loaded Alpha squad. We see some TSB members in Alpha 2 right there.
No, go.
And he also wants 2 MG teams and a full MAT team. And he's also getting 1 BTR crew, but not the second one. Nope, there's the second one. There it is. There's just no section lead for it, so he's going to make sure both of those BTRs are fully crewed.
Actually, Arcor, take Alpha Squad Medic. Or take Alpha 2 Medic. Flush them out a bit more.
Yeah, righto, Don. Maybe sometime tomorrow since I'll be
I'll
taking
take the
tomorrow
remainder of
off
my
from
time, so
Bloodwing,
you
but
guys
maybe
can
not. We'll
finish.
see. Barb is
Still in
here.
shift.
He's on the other slot, so he's
Give it
not
about
talking
15
yet though
seconds,
because
then
they're
we need to
in
make
the
any
main channel
last-minute adjustments,
organizing.
and we're
So
gonna push it.
Strat, Carpenter, you good? Eunice?
Yeah, we're all good.
What am I supposed to go on?
Yeah. Cord, go ahead and hop into Combat Engineer. Sorry, man, I didn't see it.
Where? Which one?
Red
Yeah, right
4
on.
Alpha 1 Combat
we'll talk about
Engineer.
it on DMs after this.
Yeah, Kushio, you still have an empty slot in Bravo 1. You can't take an auto man rifleman. So slot up there.
Okay, I'm slotted.
BLUFOR has a single element.
Yeah,
Current shot. Get up to Bravo 1 medic.
Is safe stop 10 minutes or 15?
Thank you.
It's gonna be 15, and pushing it through in 5 seconds.
Ops, good to go.
Alright.
So infantry-wise, it's going to be pretty even because it's a
Goddamn, Martin, that was 6
28-23
seconds.
split, which is about a 5-person difference. But those 5 people are going to be
Christ.
crewing BTRs.
Hey, we do
so
not
if
tell
BLUFOR
nothing
can
about
get
it,
their
if it's counting or not.
MAT team in a position to strike those BTRs, that's going to make it even on the infantry fight.
Yeah, don't you know we're on Martin time now, not
So
Anderson?
right off the bat, seeing a few possibilities of ingenuity, but otherwise, it's even though
You
OPFOR
can't,
has an
Austin, tell him I
advantage
said
in
that.
players, that could potentially get nullified, especially if last week's
Wait for
pattern of
military
assets
commercials
getting
with Martin
stracked
Time
really
instead, though.
early on continues.
Hey, Drake,
Yes.
hurry up.
Okay, quick brief. So, trying something a little bit different with the markers. So this week, for all but the second mission, because it's neutral, you'll be able to see where where both teams start. So it'll give you a bit of a better idea of what's going to be going on right at the start. It's what FNF used to do, and then we started hiding them. So going to test out this for a little while. There's also one other new thing. Once we push it through, check your map. You're going to see a briefing tab for uniforms, and you'll be able to see the uniforms for each team. Otherwise, this is a attack defend. Attackers just got to search for and destroy 2 weapons caches. Defenders, you just have to defend them. Any questions?
Any view range limit?
No, it's just like 3,000 is a cap, so whatever.
Attackers are good.
Okay, round 1 starts now. Good luck, have fun.
All right, 1 second. I gotta get a DM here. Someone was asking what the multi was. And otherwise, I'm now with Barbarian.
Shit. It's that boy. What up?
How you doing, Barb?
I'm doing all right. Been a long day of stocking shelves and doing stuff in the back room, but now I'm here.
What in the back room, oh well?
Stacking.
Oh. Lamau.
Music real quick. Just a slight.
So right off the bat, I was already talking about how OPFOR, it's a 28-23 split, but OPFOR has dedicated 5 people to those BTRs, so infantry on the ground-wise is going to be rather even.
Yeah, sorry. My computer's acting funky so far, but yeah, 2 BTR-80s on Red 4 with a bunch of Gaz Tigers as well, and then I think they just have those 2 M2 Humvees. Fog's actually pretty thick over on BLUFOR's side of things.
Yeah, on the second objective further southeast, there is a good bit of fog here, but it does break by the time you get to the northwesternmost objective. This is pretty Dominoes-esque, but both caches are going to be active at the same time, so I'm not seeing any particular map border either, so OPFOR could try to sneak around hiding in the fog. And I'm not seeing any good places for BLUFOR to set up their MAT team Overwatch other than the obvious construction complex area. They could also consider doing the crane, but that's going to be way too exposed.
Yeah, the crane would be way too exposed, but I think the construction side would be good. They do have enhanced movement, so they could get on top of the staircase at the construction site and have some decent cover.
Yeah.
And use that as a good spot, but we will see. I don't know. With this kind of dominoes setup, like you said, I want to see the attacking force go and strike from the rear. But like we've seen a couple times, I think if they did that, it would just lead to harder fighting in the closer objective, because the north at the town of Alicampos proper. Pretty tight spaces, lots of windows, lots of alleys. It would be a lot harder to attack than the town to the south. So I think they should brute force it a little bit. Now those BTRs, we'll see how they use them, but they can use them for a decent transport, and obviously they don't want to go over the hill because then they'd just be plain view of the map team, but
hold up real quick to interrupt you. If you look at OPFOR, Private First Class Arcor, he's doing the ace throw glitch where you spin around and jump and it throws you across. He looks like he actually mastered it. I saw him do it like 6 or 7 times in a row, and he's next to some of our TSV players, so I guess he's showing them how it's done.
They should know pretty well how to use it, but it's always good to see a demonstration.
Exactly. Also, someone in someone in my chat was asking how people can get in on this. For me personally, you can always shoot me a DM after these offs conclude or during intermission. I'll shoot you a Discord link. But it's also, I've been recently taking all the highlights and full Friday Night Fight videos, and I've been putting links to their Discord in those as well. I know they have a few custom things in their mod set, specifically, frickin' configs that rescript all of their weaponry to do the same amount of damage, and the armor values are set the same, because traditionally putting OPFOR Russians against US BLUFOR, Russia gets the advantage because they have the better armor and the higher caliber weaponry, but mods like that are to kind of nullify that advantage. So
yes, and I have a command in my stream for joining all the communities I play with, so I just posted that in your stream for
of course. I mean, what is that stream for people that aren't aware?
That stream would be twitch.tv/barbarianweeb. That is BARBARIANWEB. The voice of TSV, WEEB. No, but I'm over here.
Sniper Wolf's here?
Is Sniper Wolf here? Oh, he's probably upset.
No, you said voice of TSB. But anyway, also, by the way, you can find him in the multi-Twitch. He sent me a multi-Twitch barbarian that had his name in front of mine. I quickly fixed that before I publicized it. I don't know where he got that idea, but anyway, let's talk about the AO again.
Yeah.
So obviously, with
go ahead.
yeah, go ahead. No. I've been talking too much. Go ahead.
Well, I'm glad you finally recognized that.
Lamau.
You mentioned earlier that there are no map or visible map borders on the map screen.
Mm-hmm.
That is, if I had to guess, that'd be an error, not a feature. But we'll see if Red 4 tries to take advantage of it. The way that works is if one team tries to exit the map barrier, it acts like a trigger in the sense of they leave it, they'll get a warning saying to return or they will be killed. So if they leave it, then they'll just go back in, and then we'll see that kind of movement.
Usually that's only for ground assets, though, because we've seen multiple times that helicopters leave that area and are perfectly fine. But talking about OPFOR's insurgent vectors, I mean, we see them... looks like Victor Reznov taking the Titan AT again, and our marksman for OPFOR is going to be FR Patriots. But in terms of their insurgent vectors, because they've got, 6 gazes to work with on top of the 2 BTRs. Of course, there's the obvious one where you've got the Hill 121 overlooking Ali Campos. But I've been looking a little to the right and left of this, and to the right there's a few more really good hills that, should OPFOR decide to, if you look at Hill 93 at 106, 141, you got that nice little shack there. It's got perfect eyes on both objective areas where there's caches. I could foresee OPFOR trying to sneak Reznov over there to get his mat ready to go to basically schwack either or both of those HMG Humvees should they be deployed. Also looking further back, it is at 0.94 at 106, 141. It's very open, but it does have really good eyes on both AOs where the caches are. And with that low fog towards the second objective, again, further to the southeast, that does open the ability for a Gaz to come around doing a lawn over, because there's no map borders here, at least that I can visually see. They could easily sneak in because the area near Polaco and Neochori, specifically because of this fog, and there is a lot of patches of elephant grass and concealment, it would not be difficult for a small strike team to sneak in for the rear, especially if OPFOR takes their BTRs and goes the obvious route and starts harassing things. But again, those BTRs, it's a very big concern because, they're bulky, they're slow, but no matter what, they're going to be attacking from the high ground unless they go directly to the east and around those big hills to try to flatten out. Especially if there is a... Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, this isn't Star Wars. Having the high ground is not an advantage. Being able to see everything means that everything can see you, especially in this kind of scenario where the enemies will, or in this case, BLUFOR being defending, they'll have their guns looking at them, especially that since they know where Red 4 is coming from.
So Sergeant Mannerheim is the Javelin Mat Gunner for BLUFOR. I'm going to be curious to see where he sets up shop, but he's probably going to be with 1 or 2 observers with their binos out, looking across the horizon for those BTR-80 Alphas. And there are so many places he could hide and still have really good eyes on all of these large ridges, and just anywhere the BTR can come from. So that's the really big fear. And it is 23 to 28. OPFOR has dedicated 5 people to those BTRs. So if they're both knocked out real quick, that could pretty much nullify the numbers advantage OPFOR has and make this a 23v23.
Yeah, and as we saw last week, it was a running theme that the attacking team just completely mishandled their assets and got them killed very early in the fight before they could be utilized very much. And in addition to the Javelin, we also have a number of BLUFOR guys with M136s, as well as the M203 can do damage to those BTR-80s.
Sholin, by the way, has the marksman rifle for BLUFOR, and it's also curious that the BLUFOR guys did get 2 Humvees with 50 cals. 50 cal can pen the BTR-80 model, and I'd be curious to see if anyone has any grenade launchers. I'm seeing that on the team leaders and squad leaders. HE won't do much damage against an 80, but an HE DP can pen as well if the BTR-80s get within close range. But I don't see them doing that unless they go along the eastern flank and use the Deflade to their advantage, because if they get too far up on the hills, again, that Mat Gunner is going to quickly take them out.
Yeah, and I just want to bring attention to the 29th Infantry Division guys on BLUFOR, the ones lined up neat in a row. They all have the M668 collimator sight on every rifle, and that's just, it's a level of autism that you don't often see in something like this.
I mean, don't they get a choice in scopes?
They get some choice. I think they have the CCO, the holographic, maybe an ACOG.
Well, I can see why people would prefer the CCO, because that just puts a single red dot in the middle. The holographic puts a circle around it, can sometimes blind things, especially if you're limited to only a red dot. You only want that one red dot in the area. But I do like seeing the uniform of what's the word? Like the uniformity of people just all lined up. It shows that, FNF is home to both casual communities sending representatives and actual milsims. I saw someone in the 15th MEU. I think he's leading OPFOR, if I remember correctly. But, that is a milsim group. That's where the 506 way back when branched off from. So there's some pretty serious contenders here. And I'll be curious to see who comes out on top. The milsim guys that really stretch tactics are the casual guys. I mean, we do have some TSB members on the other end. We've got Olaf, who's part of FK, another casual community. He is with BLUFOR. He's actually in the military complex. And there were a few members from KDNXX also here. So, it's always curious to see how all these people blend in. And at the end of the day, it just who has the better small-scale tactics. Nursk is somewhere in here, too. He's the guy from 2 weeks ago that stole an enemy weapon and managed to kill an entire team by himself just because of the audio PID, and no one was picking up on it until Logan ran up on him and completely ruined that plan. But then Logan won us back by stealing an enemy helicopter. I mean, anything can happen by any single player that can give either side a massive advantage, but you don't know what it could be. For all we know, a Humvee could rush up and steal the BTR-80 from OPFOR, and that can be what clutches the mission. For example, last week, BLUFOR stole the an MRAP from... No, it was Independent that stole the MRAP from BLUFOR, and they used that as a force multiplier to win them the mission by time.
And BLUFOR had no way to deal with it.
No way at all. Yeah.
Oh, it was beautiful. And so before we start, I have one thing to tell you, or a couple things to tell you, and one thing to ask you. So first thing I'm going to tell you is, after watching some of your footage, you can use Q and Z to elevate and
oh, yes, I can.
I guess.
Yep.
As well as if you hit F1.
Okay. Oh, that gets rid of the menu on the bottom right.
Yeah, so a little bit of quality of life stuff. But
do you have TeamSpeak on, or?
Do I have TeamSpeak on?
Like the plugin?
No, I do not have the plugin on.
Okay, so you have not connected TeamSpeak on the bottom right of your screen too, right?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna roll with that then.
Yeah, we're just going to roll with that until we find a workaround for that. But also, what I was going to ask you is, someone asked in my chat, they thought that the BTR-80s were immune to 50 cals, and I don't think that's the case.
No, the 50 will pen an 80. We saw that, remember when I was shoutcasting off of your stream 3 weeks ago? We saw a technical pen an 80 and kill one of the dudes. Yes, these 80s can get penned. Maybe that's the way for default RHS, but... honestly, the 80s here have, in my opinion, like the 70 damage model. Because again, Friday Night Fights rescripts a lot of their vehicles, gear, and weaponry to even everything out to make it more balanced. So you might see a 50 pen, but I'm going to put my money down that they're going to get taken out by the Matt guy because he just has such a visual advantage here. I don't even remember where he is, who he was. I'm looking for him now.
You can, I believe
it's Sholin. No, Sholin's the marksman. See, I'm so scatterbrained sometimes. I deliberately went and found these people, and now I can't remember who they are.
I want to say it might be Delta 4, Martin, Mannerheim, and Montgomery. I want to say it was one of them.
You know, it could be because their
team is at the bottom of the roster.
Yeah, I mean, they are. It's with Martin, who's in the Humvee, right?
I believe so, because if you look at Delta 4 for Red 4, Victor Reznov, who's I know is the Red 4 Matt gunner.
Yeah, no, they are D4, so they're. It was Mannerheim. Mannerheim's the guy.
Yeah, they're just keeping him mobile right now, using that Humvee. So
I think they're going to go to that hill I talked about at .93, and they're going to try to overwatch on the left flank. That's a little risky, but that's going to help them kind of lock things down. Meanwhile, operation has started. Platoon HQ led by, I think it's Patriot for OPFOR, actually.
Indigo Fox, I think, is the officer, but Patriot is in the car.
No, gotcha. So that's why.
Indigo is in the BTR, and I'm pretty sure Patriot just hurt himself. I think he's the 2IC, so he's just acting as a reconnaissance element, and he's gonna go up there. But Delta 4 is going up there as well, so that might be an awkward confrontation between.
Yep, that's their MAT team going up to the hill. They're gonna try to hunt for any Humvees that they can tell. But also, you got to remember, the MAT team guy isn't just AT. He also has a thermal camera, and he can do a really good bit of recon with that thermal camera. So putting them on really high points is going to be good. But Platoon HQ going really close to that hilltop. For whatever reason, they just did a sharp turn to the right. And BLUFOR is none the wiser. They're looking right now. Platoon HQ, though, it's coming right up to that position. They get off the 50 cal. Oh, this isn't good.
I don't know if they heard it.
Patriot's also the only one up there. He didn't realize it either.
The marksman. Patriot, that's what Patriot is. He's the marksman.
Right.
So if the Mannerheim and them out there take him out, we're already seeing some shots from BLUFOR, but...
Yep, one of the guys is charged up to the first cast. We're already having our first long-range engagements. The MAT team's being shot at by suppressive forces. Another team from Alpha coming around as well. First blood drawn by BLUFOR. An OPFOR guy went down. We're also hearing a rocket go out. That is going to the MAT team.
Oh, no. Look at Patriot. Look at Patriot. He's running
Patriot's running right up, though. And he just narrowly avoids that. I think he might have been going for that 50, but it looks like the MAT guy was gunning for players instead of the Humvee, because the Humvee would have gotten killed. Patriot does have his gun out, though. Is starting to engage. Drops one of them. Martin gets dropped as well. Mannerheim's the only one still up.
And he got hit by that rocket.
Yep, so he's bandaging
all over his clothes.
Patriot might be going for the Vic steal, though. He might not know that Mannerheim's right there. Patriot going up, getting the double tap. Grenade gets popped out, but he pops it on the door. Oh, no.
Mannerheim, no.
And he freaking knocks himself unconscious for that.
There's a skull in the corner. Oh, that is ominous.
Oh. That's not supposed to be. That was something put by the mission. But now Patriot, he's looking around trying to see through the window.
No.
He doesn't realize. Pops a grenade in there. That's going to further wound Mannerheim, though the angle is a little... Nope, some shrapnel still hits him.
I saw some shrapnel.
That is bad luck.
The rocket and that...
Another grenade goes in. That one's, yep.
And, right in the gooch.
But you got to think about this. Now Patriot, he has a Humvee and he has the Javelin.
Oh my god.
So he can do a lot of damage with that, and that's not even the main fight, but he's got 2 long-range weapons. He can do a lot better recon now. That's going to be devastating for BLUFOR, because now they have no long-range counter to those BTR-80s. So if he radios that in, I predict we're going to see OPFOR get a lot more aggressive with its BTRs, and that's going to give them a significant advantage to this AO. But looking back at OPFOR here, they're... OPFOR's initial attack is pretty much screwed. Only Nurisk, who is one of our MVPs, is still up. He's trying to bandage a few people. Looks like a big explosion happened. I'm willing to bet BLUFOR probably booby-trapped that building and was able to get quite a few guys with that. Meanwhile, we have 3 more OPFOR guys that have flanked around. We see Nemesis in that group, a prominent TSB member, and a lot of... yeah, he's a T3.
I don't recognize the name.
Nemesis?
No, I've never heard of him.
Yeah, funny. Okay, but anyway, OPFOR still getting a major concave here on this ridgeline, and that's going to help pin down some of the BLUFOR guys to hopefully let Nurse get May up, but it's also prevented BLUFOR from pushing up and, you know, just clearing him out, because he is definitely a dangerous guy. But a Grenadier round detonating right next to him, wounding him slightly. A little bit of pen from there.
We have some interesting stuff going on the eastern side with Arcor and Pure Paradise. Pure Paradise is Cadian. Arcor, I forget who he's with, but I think they might have just gotten caught out. They're on the opposite end of... No, they're perfectly fine, actually. But
Also...
they're here in the town as well. Go ahead.
Yep, Sholin, he's lining up some shots on his own on the northeast. He's gonna, nope, there's a shot. He is trying to engage Wiki, who's part of the MG team. Did get a hit on him. I do see some blood drawn, so that's gonna force him to get pulled back. But he might be able to get a few more shots on that MG team as well. We'll see if he's able to kill anyone else. But by the way, BTR-80 Alpha pushed east as I predicted, and now it's gonna try to get some overwatch on some of the BLUFOR guys. I'm gonna also... Yep, I'm going to quickly now check across the map here to Patriot. Patriot did grab that Javelin as I predicted. He also pushed out that 50, and he is going to possibly start sniping at BLUFOR Platoon HQ. It looks like he is lining up a shot. I'm surprised he's not going to use the Javelin. Fires a shot. It looks like it didn't land any hits, though. It looks like Platoon HQ... Yep, they're lining up a 240 team to fire up into the town. But we also see someone in BLUFOR trying to look back at Patriots with some binos. Actually, we got two people looking out in that direction. But, yep, he's still shooting some hits out. Dooley, who is suppressing, is also taking some fire. But overall, in the remaining town, we've got OPFOR pretty much intermingled with BLUFOR. Nursk is still up. He is a little exposed, though. He's trying to suppress a house. He's going to possibly try to come in and solo it, but he's got to be careful because he's got BLUFOR everywhere, but they're being suppressed by the ridgeline, and that's allowing Nursk to get in here. He enters a building and unfortunately goes down to Cyrus, but ends up knocking him down, but Cyrus does have friendlies nearby that could medic him up, so that's just unfortunate. When you are attacking someone above you, you have to consider they just have to look down. They got a bigger target on your head, and the head obviously will do more damage than a bunch of torso and leg shots compared to if you're looking up. Meanwhile, looking to the south... Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, Dreek and Wheaton in there, they're taking some pretty active GL fire. 3 rounds just playing the building, and they're kind of hurt, and so they're looking for the floors, and I believe that is Muniz and Nemesis.
Real quick, I hate to interrupt you. Arcor and Paradise are battling out with Ramirez and Ideen on the southern side. There is no clear victor here, but they have exchanged a lot of fire close range. Ramirez goes down because Paradise flanked around, and now Arcor's pushing up to follow him.
Oh, yeah, Arcor's quick on the attack.
Dean now trying to turn around and get him with a grenade, but gets jumped behind by Arcor. But Hudson now charging in, possibly to shoot people in the back. Magdum's Paradise. He was accidentally set to single shot instead of full auto. I don't think he knows Arcor was up there too. Arcor's now going to come downstairs as Hudson bandages, but Arcor doesn't notice him. Hudson then gets it. Holy shit!
Arcor, you lucky motherfucker.
That was pure luck. You gotta make sure that a building's fully clear, especially in this situation where you're coming in with 4-man fire teams fighting fire teams. We've seen time and time again, people do not check their corners in these scenarios. Sometimes they're lucky enough to skeet by, other times it literally costs them the life and even the game. Meanwhile, Nemesis now back on the other corner, fighting with Cosmonaut, gets the kill on Cosmonaut, and he can now do a lot of double tapping.
In the door. Oh, he's so lucky he moved out of the door just in time for that grenade.
So I'm curious to see if he'll do some double tapping. I think he's just checking the bodies here. We just saw him throw a grenade out. I don't know where that landed. Cosmonaut woke up and actually got flung closer to the grenade.
Oh no, you're kidding.
Yeah, the freaking, you know the Ace wake up glitch where it like it wakes you up then immediately knocks you out? JP wakes up and only for Nemesis to double tap him. Oof, but so you know how Ace sometimes can wake you up for like half a second?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what it did, but it armored his body closer to the grenade.
Oh, and it flung them. Oh.
You gotta hate glitches when they work outside of your favor like that. So Nemesis.
That's a feature.
Nemesis did really well with that. Almost got shot in the back, but it just goes to show you got to double tap. But now it's him and another guy versus 3 BLUFOR guys, and OPFOR still has a lot of dudes in reserve and has those 2 BTRs to work with. One of those BTRs, meanwhile, has flanked around a lot. Sholand is now overwatching it, but he has nothing serious to take it out. Meanwhile, BLUFOR only has the platoon elements to deal with it. But meanwhile, Platoon HQ... has actually pushed up on his own, Rust, and he is looking around, but I don't know to what end. Meanwhile, another BTR with reinforcements for OPFOR is coming into the town. I'll be curious to see if anyone has an AT4 to deal with that.
With how it's looking right now, I'm saying this is a pretty decisive OPFOR lead.
Oh yeah,
could easily turn into a victory.
No, OPFOR. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, at Nemesis and Muniz, we have all these reinforcements coming in now. That other HMG
you can cook grenades and Arma, yes,
is just lying in the open. Misu and Spidey Zach look like they're gonna. Misu has the AT4 out.
Yep.
And they might try and man that Humvee, but with just the numbers and the positioning of the BLUFOR right now, it's not looking good for them.
So BLUFOR is outnumbered, but they are divided. The biggest group in this AO is the 3 BLUFOR players that are within close proximity. If Russ comes in, he could assist. Patriot also pulling up really close.
And Mountain aimed his gun right at him. He was ready to shoot. He doesn't believe what he's
Patriot pulling out his javelin saying, hey, look what I found. Here you go, Mountain, take it. I am a sniper, and I need to go back to doing sniper things.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize we had players mic'd up. That's pretty impressive. I didn't realize we had that tech. That's amazing.
A grenade got thrown. Doesn't look like it did any damage, though. I think that was Robertson trying to take advantage of OPFOR all bunched up right there. And Robertson also by the cache, but OPFOR doesn't know where it specifically is yet.
No, I think. Ooh.
Rocket goes out, but unfortunately hits the wall, missing the BTR, and that's their only AT stick.
Yeah, and Victor is now in the building next to the cache just by chance. They probably just got drawn to it.
Yeah, but Victor killed Misu's partner.
Yep, Misu's partner goes down. Misu is still up. Grenade goes. Oh, that was that was a smoke. B, it went over the building. So not sure what his plan was with that, but Robertson. Oh, that's a frag. Also goes over the building, but lands right at Patriot and Reznov's. Not quite at their feet, but.
Robertson, meanwhile, exchanging file. Patriot pushes in. Robertson did a silly. He was reloading in the doorway, throws a smoke grenade inside.
That might have been his last nade that he had.
Yeah.
And so,
I mean, at least the clicking of it landing on the floor. Nope, there's a real grenade that goes off now, so he just mistyped that. I think he was going for audio cues to make these guys pull back, but now it's a 2v1. Misu needs to somehow come in and support him. Rust is also still over there, but this is a tough fight. Rust cowering behind the cache now. That's his only cover. Reznov goes down, gets double tapped, and there goes the match gunner for OPFOR. But Patriot's right there. He's been stealing mat guns in the past. They need to put more grenades over there or get into a different building and flank that position. OPFOR does have the numbers to do that, but just a mess. Meanwhile, Grenadier round going by. Don't know who fired that. Might have been... Oh, it was Rust, actually. I think shooting up where Nemesis and Minuz were.
Yeah, the fact that Rust is up here just shows how desperate they are in this scenario. Patriot, he needs to get the word out that this is the cache building. He might not have even recognized it in the commotion.
Yep.
But this is up against the wall. Rust and Misu they're hanging out together, but they need to get over to Robinson's spot and help him out.
So meanwhile, Rust has regrouped with Misu, and I would love to see them go up there. Patriot, I don't think has comms with other guys. It's still a 1v1 fight. Paradise and Arcor could come over, and Muniz could also come over. I think Nemesis died somewhere. Possibly by a GL round, because I don't see what happened. Rust goes down.
Oh, no, that from Nemesis. That was Nemesis who killed Rust.
Oh, he did come around. Yeah, he was just off my screen. A good flank by Nemesis. Misu now coming up to try to kill Minis. I can't even pronounce these names.
Muniz.
And Misu gets the shot and gets the double tap as well. So 1v1 trades. That's okay for OPFOR to make. They have, like... what, 12 to 15 guys still on the field. BLUFOR is only down to like 6 or 7.
I think Kiefer says well played.
Well played.
Oh, that's beautiful. And so, yeah, I mean, in the North Cache, I mean, we have Misu and Robertson still, though.
Patriot's coming back up. He's popping smoke grenades. I think he's going to try to rush Robertson. I just saw Robertson load a grenade just in case, but Robertson throws a frag in response, but Patriot went back down.
Oh, but he's not. Oh, get your head down. Oh, lucky bastard.
Oh, some shrapnel takes him out.
Like kill, not even a.
Amazing. That was pure luck by Patriot because Shotland he had cover, but wow.
Misu's trying to get out of dodge.
Yeah, Misu's taking a Humvee.
And that's, I think, what the best move that he can make at this point is to at least deny that asset and reutilize it against OPFOR. However, the BTR to the west on the hill, he should be able to see that if he turns the gun.
We gotta consider the field of view for that turret is really low, but he might actually see the Humvee pass by.
He should be driving into it soon, although no. I'm looking at the first person, and no, that Humvee's staying out of view for that BTR. However, the other BTR, oh sorry, no, that's Indigo and the I think
the other BTR's to the southeast. They're just trying to get a flank on the complex.
Engagement. Oh lord.
Yeah.
We have what, 5 people in there now with Misu and the Humvee, and this is just. I'm
not gonna lie, it's. Honestly, BLUFOR has lost that advantage. As soon as BLUFOR lost that mat team, it was all over, in my honest opinion. Because now the BTRs can... Yeah, no, this is going to be a quick first round, definitely. Misu almost armaing himself with that pick. But just luck of the draw. I was expecting Patriot to get schwacked by those 3 dudes, but they got tunnel vision, they didn't set up security, and a combination of a rocket coming in to distort them or whatever the frick, that allowed Patriot to come in and clean everything up. It was pretty well done in my opinion, but that's kind of led the way for OPFOR to just come in, brute force the rest, and yeah, I mean, the rest is just going to be history. Meanwhile, Shotland crawling up to this BTR. What is he gonna do? BTR now going mobile.
They don't have third-person cameras in vehicles. It is strictly first-person only.
I think Shotland was gonna try to like demo it or something,
or maybe try and take the wheels off or something. I don't
something
think he has
cheeky.
AP, so I don't.
Yeah,
think
his gun's not gonna be able to penetrate it, but he has a plan.
He's gonna do something. We don't know what. I don't know if he even knows what, but he's gonna try something.
Yeah, he's only got the 7.62. I don't know, but we'll see it. Now, just as a reminder, he's not allowed to do anything super cheeky, like go under the Vic and shoot the people out, like I do all the time in Liberation and Antistasi. So we'll have to see.
He can't sapper the vehicle.
He can't sapper the vehicle. But yeah, no, the 80s, honestly, because of how many OPFOR guys are still alive, they're just, like, they're not being utilized effectively because there's just so many OPFOR infantry left. By the way, May is the only unconscious guy for OPFOR. I think Nursk stabilized him before getting killed, so he's still just bleeding out in a corner somewhere, and no one knows where he is because his entire team's dead. That's kind of funny.
I believe that yes, okay, Red Fort did find the
yes, they were shooting at the cache a minute ago and got it deaded. So anyway, Shotland's still chasing after this BTR, trying to see if he's been like discovered or not, but he's just on foot at this point. No, he just went prone.
I'm not sure
I want to see what he tries to do, because this BTR is literally none the wiser. I just wish that BLUFOR was more defensive with that mat team. If they were just more patient with it, then those BTRs could have been schwacked, and then there would have been a, a different ratio here. But what is Sholin doing?
I don't know. These 2 BTRs are getting a really good pincer maneuver going on the southwest and southeastern flank, or really just eastern flank. But they
there's a machine gun
with
team
these 2
here.
BTRs. Maybe the 240 might be able to do something, but though that one BTR is
no, it's not going to be able to do it. Hold up, we just heard a rocket come in, and that hit Misu right in the face.
Oh, no,
that just hit his Humvee.
Javelin. I'm not seeing any real damage on the Humvee.
Yeah, it didn't. I think it hit the fence before it hit the Humvee.
Some nice spaced armor, unintentional spaced armor, but now Misu's
Sholin making his move. Is he going to try to go in the front glass and shoot the driver out?
Well, problem with that is that his front glass isn't open. And he realizes his mistake, and he goes and hides in the...
He was gonna run in and shoot the driver out. Oh, that's a Chad move right there. He's gotta wait for the driver to open it again. I mean, if I was a driver, then yeah, I'd keep that damn thing closed till I needed to move again.
Yeah, the viewports, yeah.
That's the only time I have seen those things be useful in any type of Arma, but there you go. BTR viewports.
I wonder if he can get on top. Well, obviously not while it's moving, but I wonder if he can get on top and shoot.
He won't be able to pen from the top. We saw that 2 weeks ago. Someone climbed on a BTR and tried to magnum from the top, and it was not effective, even though he had like a PKM firing in, which I believe does fire 7.62, but it's not gonna be able to do that damage. So, yeah, I cannot believe there is a proper use for these damn viewports, and we've actually seen it properly thwart a fucking sneaky sniper.
Uh-oh. Here we're having an infantry assault mountain in the Humvee.
With the Humvee.
Oh yeah, isn't that beautiful? I thought they were getting friendly fire for a second, but here they go.
No, because you got to remember, D3 and D2 are the machine gun teams, part of OPFOR, and now they're using their infantry team to come in.
Oh, Pure Paradise gets taken down by T5 Bay.
What a shot right there. Misu unfortunately gets shot from across the, inside the building. So far it's been a 1-1 trade. A grenade gets put perfectly though. I think that had to have been done by Bay. Yep, so Bay is now popping 40 Mike down on that position. Definitely doing some damage. Patriot meanwhile flanking around. He does have the marksman rifle. He also has an RPG.
So he could do some damage to a
but Dooley might poke out and get him. Oh, and there goes Patriot.
No. There goes Mountain. T5 Bay hits Mountain.
Yep.
So this assault is quickly withering. It's down to Nemesis and Arcor. Nemesis, again, don't know who he is, but he's been doing a lot of work so far.
T5 Bay, you got to remember, he's also one of the really strong players here, so he himself can stop a team if he's quick enough, but Sholand also is going to be forced to come in here. He might actually go start hunting on the MG teams. I see him lining up shots on D3. That is also where Platoon HQ is, but that could be really well done. Meanwhile, Pierce coming in, putting some 14.5 millimeter in this cache building, trying to hit Olaf here, but it is 4 BLUFOR players versus still about 2 squads worth of OPFOR and their vehicles.
Yeah, and BLUFOR, I mean, they're down 1, but with the numbers that they've taken down on OPFOR, that's pretty good. They lost 1 BLUFOR to 3 OPFOR.
It's a good trade, but they need to make even better trades to even this out. But one thing I do want to point out is OPFOR does not specifically know where all the BLUFOR positions are. Throughout this entire fight, we've been seeing D2, one of the machine gun teams, suppressing the complex building because that's where T5 Bay and the rest of his forces were staged up recently, Dooley with that 240. So with that information, we know that OPFOR, not knowing where BLUFOR is going to be a lot more cautious coming in here, which is why they still had so many support assets. But that's about to change as the D3 team starts coming in to reinforce the OPFOR guys. So another wave of OPFOR coming in, and we got to see now what happens, because those 2 BTRs still suppressing BLUFOR positions, and BLUFOR does not have the AT to deal with it. Go ahead.
Yes, and that one of those BTRs, Lance Corporal Z Pierce, is on the eastern side of the compound. He's shooting over at Olaf, who was actually hiding in the building with the cache, and the BTR was, I think, unintentionally just lighting up the cache with that 14.5. If he continues that suppressing fire, or he even recognizes it and just rolls up to the window, he could just blow it up himself.
Arcor up with Dooley right now. Dooley did steal Patriot's RPG, has no idea Arcor's over there. Dooley doesn't want to fire right now. He will give his position away. Arcor will come out and tap him. Indigo Fox prone right nearby. But I can see what Dooley's trying to do. He's got that RPG. He's going to try to take out a BTR here. But he should be pulling back with comms with the other guys to take out that other BTR that's pushed up so far. Meanwhile, T5 Bay taking out Arcor, giving his position away, though. Nemesis now looking up. Indigo Fox also close by that position. Indigo Fox, though, pushing up, goes on the correct side of the building so he doesn't get shot. And I love how this BTR is pushed up trying to kill Olaf right here.
Oh, no. Here we go. Indigo doesn't recognize that's a 240. He just pushes into the building.
Holy crap, I don't... So, the reason Indigo won that was if you looked at where Dooley was pointing his gun was pointing low to Indigo's feet. And I saw a few feet hits there, but Indigo was able to raise his weapon higher and get the chest and torso hits without even going down. But you can see, actually his arms appear to be bleeding, but I saw his legs too, so it's all about...
a nice M203 to the face from T5 Bay, I'm pretty sure, but he's still up and he's gonna get over to a different building before he bandages, I think.
Sholin's still hunting this BTR though. Holy crap.
Nemesis is parkouring up onto the building. Armas himself
trying to get up to base position. We have seen parkour done in the past go really well. Indigo, meanwhile, going down to Jeffrey. Olaf going down to Pierce. And he's in striking range of the cache.
Yep.
Sholin trying to get in the BTR, but unfortunately there's still a dude. Oh, I thought I saw the guy get out, but he switched to the driver's seat instead.
No, Pierce, I think, has armored himself. Oh, no, he's...
And he somehow ended up on the roof and escaped Sholin. That's some unintentional cheese right there, and then he falls off.
I'm pretty sure he was trying to just hop out the window, yeah, but enhanced movement puts him on the roof.
Also, T5 Bay just got smoked by the other BTR trying to come out and support, so it's just up to Jeffrey and Sholin here, but I think we all know how this is going to go.
Yeah, and I think Nemesis got murked by T5 Bay.
Yeah.
Spires are going into that building because they're afraid of T5 Bay, rightly so. But Jeffrey is still hiding in this building with a nice M4 block 2. Olaf is down, and Sholin has that SR-25. Oh, he picks out the wrong corner.
Yep. I have to admit, though, BLUFOR, despite getting really badly screwed in the initial moments, has pulled up one hell of a fight that has forced OPFOR to pull all of its units off of Overwatch and into this area. But with that fresh wave of the other MG team coming in, BLUFOR, I don't see them winning this. There's just no AT down. The BTRs are literally playing cat and mouse right now.
They are sharks and they smell the blood in the water. I'm very surprised actually that Pierce has, especially since they ID'd the cache, they haven't just rolled up to the window and like murked the window. But here we have two BTRs on either side of the building for the rim. Pierce's BTR
gets Jeffrey with that 14.5 millimeter.
Through the wall, no less.
14.5 is designed to pen. It's a very nasty round. But if Pierce's BTR were to pull back a little bit, they'd actually have an angle to engage the cache from the BTR. Pierce, for whatever reason, getting out to bandage himself, that's a really silly idea. Maybe he's doing a repair thing on the BTR. Because why would you bandage outside of it?
But I think he got out to breach, realized he was hurt, and then he bandaged. But he's pushing in now.
Sholin, he's got the 7.62. He has the deadlier caliber in the game. Oh,
but the timing, as soon as he...
yeah, that was bad.
He goes out with a pistol, and he's getting out of there. But the
but the 14.5 shoots him through the window and takes him down. Meanwhile, Blake now using a captured 5.56 weapon to try to blow up the cache. All of BLUFOR is down. If they get the double taps, it's gonna be GG. So who's gonna get the who's gonna win first? Blake with the cache or Pierce with the double taps? I think it's gonna be Pierce. No, Pierce misses the double tap. Oh, because he's outside. So Sholin somehow getting outside.
It has left him to die slowly rather than quickly. But
Sholin wakes back up.
But I think that's too.
No, but he's gonna run in there and try to kill people who are shooting at the cache. Gets his weapon out. Takes a few shots and unfortunately gets shot in the head as the BTR comes around.
Doesn't even get one.
And there are some celebratory smoke rounds. That was a very good last stand by BLUFOR, but unfortunately, because of that loss of that MAT team in the beginning, it literally just set the stage for OPFOR to come in with their assets and just annihilate everything. And that just goes to show you how the loss of one critical piece of the puzzle, one cog in the system, one super silly javelin boyo, can literally cost you the game.
Very well played by OPFOR. They had the upper hand that entire fight.
Damn right.
But here we're going to go into debrief for the first match and get into the second match. So let's hop up.
Of course.